Hello GCF Community Groups. My name is Dylan, and since Ronjo is on sabbatical for the next few weeks, I will be doing the full video today. I'll do your sermon recap and the questions. So let's start with the recap. Just a reminder of what Jason talked about on Sunday. He opened with The Walking Dead, which is a popular show about zombies. The point he was making with The Walking Dead is that all the time, people around us act like the Walking Dead because they're walking around, living life, just going through the motions. They're completely dissatisfied with life and without any hope of change or meaning in their life. And sometimes that's us that feels that way. It's just kind of natural as humans. And he showed that Israel felt this way when they were in the Babylonian exile. They felt like they had been completely cut off from their nation, from the promises that God had for Israel. They'd been taken away. They'd been taken out of that promise. And so they felt like they didn't have any future. They had no hope for a future, no hope for life. And they described themselves as dry bones, bones without any life in them. There was no future for these bones. They had no more use. Well, God tells Ezekiel to speak to them so that God can bring them back to life, so he can breathe new hope, new life into them, and give them a new future through his Holy Spirit. This shows that Yahweh, the God of Israel, is truly the creator God, the one who can recreate us from just a pile of bones. He has the power to resurrect his people and bring hope even to the places of despair, even to a valley of dry bones. Then later at Pentecost, Jason explained how Pentecost, this falling of the Holy Spirit on this group of new believers, is a fulfillment of the prophecy of Joel, who said that the Holy Spirit of God, this resurrecting Spirit, would be given to all people. And it happened at Pentecost. They spoke every language, signifying that people of all languages would be open to receiving the Holy Spirit. And since that's been given, the main point on Sunday was breathe in what God has breathed out, namely his Holy Spirit. We're all highly impressionable creatures. And the last kind of closing article that Jason used demonstrated this, how especially since the internet, where we're receiving influences from all over the world, we can be influenced by anyone at any time. And we are highly influenced by products and brands and advertising and political campaigns and innumerable other things. But breathing in what God has breathed out gives us back some control of what we allow to influence us. By the grace of God, we have the ability to choose the Holy Spirit as the thing that influences us most deeply. So that was the sermon on Sunday. And the questions building off of this, well, the first one is, what is something that has influenced your behavior? Really general question. What I want this first question to be is just a reflection of the different things, whether it's, this doesn't need to be super serious. Just what are the trends, fads, brands, products, designs, diets, whatever. Just be reflective, self-reflective, and don't take yourself too seriously, and recognize the different ways that we have been influenced in our behavior and our decisions. So take a couple minutes and just discuss what kind of things influence you and your choices. The second question is, how can we become Ezekiel to those around us? How can we speak life and hope and a future into the walking dead that we encounter every day? The people that we encounter at work, maybe it's our families, our friends. How can we step into that prophetic role of Ezekiel and really breathe out what God has breathed into us? The final question, and this one's a little more difficult, is what is your valley of dry bones? In your life, in what area, relationship, person, does there just feel like there's no hope? In what area do you feel hopeless? Do you feel lifeless? And then perhaps your time of prayer today at community group can be praying into the Holy Spirit and asking the Holy Spirit to invade and permeate whatever area that is for you. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday. Thanks.